Tottenham's managerial search is becoming the longest saga of the summer, serving up with plenty twists and turns, with seemingly unending list of candidates. Gennaro Gattuso has been one of the latest names linked with the vacancy that has existed since Mourinho was sacked on the 19th of April, but within a day he was no longer considered. Depending on your viewpoint, the process so far has either been tortuous, farcical, or both. It's just over 2 months since Mourinho's dismissal, and just under 2 months until Spurs open their Premier League campaign against Man City on August the 14th, and they appear no closer to replacing the Portuguese man. The Spurs could argue that the picture that has been pasted around their search is nowhere near as chaotic as it appears from the outside. Given the work football negotiations tend to work, they have almost certainly not made any official offer to anyone, and therefore could claim that they have not been turned down by anyone yet. But soundings have been taken. It quickly became apparent that Julian Nagelsmann, who joined Bayern Munich, and Leicester City boss Brendan Rodgers were unattainable, and while speculation persists around Erik ten Hag, Ajax's initial response was to trigger a 1-year contract option on their manager, which suggests any attempt to take him out of the Amsterdam arena will be difficult or costly. Really, it seems to have happened. Really, it's worked since then when problems have continued to surface. Whatever encouragement Spurs received about what could have been an emotional return from Mauricio Pochettino did not come from the PSG, who were adamant the Argentine was going nowhere when speculation first surfaced, and never deviated from that. And then came Antonio Conte. People at Tottenham defended the club's talks with the former Chelsea boss on the basis that he was a coach who wins trophies and has been intelligent and has ignored some of the calibre who was available after quitting Inter. It did, however, take a few meetings before Tottenham decided they could not work with Conte, whose demanding style exceeds that of even Jose Mourinho. Those were some involvements from the club's new technical director, Fabio Patrici, in these talks, and Patrici was certainly a central figure in the dramatic events, having identified Paulo Fonseca as Mourinho's replacement and dumping him when former Napoli boss Gattuso became available, only for that to collapse as well. Fonseca spoke extensively to Patrici last week about details such as pre-season matches. Although it wasn't a divergence in the styles of play, each felt suited to that. Fonseca favouring an attacking, while Patrici wanted more defensive, which kind of led to it being a no-starter. Gattuso's sudden availability having been dinched after 23 days by Fiorentina after a row with Jorge Mendes saw Patrici suddenly change direction, much to Fonseca's bewilderment. It only took Tottenham fans a couple of hours to come up with damning proof of what they did not believe Gattuso should be manager of the club. As it started sinking, Gattuso was being lined up. Copies of his past Inter Milan comments, where he was being racist and sexist, surfaced. Some senior Spurs figures were made aware of this sentiment, and Tottenham's supporters club, who had called Levy out over the European Super League, called against this. We can and do communicate supporter sentiments in the decision, said Levy, and we are aware of potential candidates that may not be suited. Those were the reports, and that kind of ended Tottenham's interest in Gattuso. But what are the options now? Roberto Martinez's contract with Belgium runs to 2022, but it doesn't appear insurmountable that they will go over him. Certainly Mancini would want to be given a go at the Premier League as well, who is also the manager of Italy. But with Italy doing so well in the Euros, could you see them being taken over? Julian Lopetegui has extended his contract recently, but does want to move to the Premier League, and Erik ten Hag is still available, and also you've got Nuno Espirito Santo and Eddie Howe, who are out of work. In a recent interview though, Levy said, "We know where we were 2 years ago, the Champions League final. Are we satisfied with where we are today? Absolutely not. We need to turn it around." However, there was something else at the interview that may lie at the heart of the apparent uncertainty of the club. For 15 months, the magnificent stadium Tottenham now call home hardly welcomes a spectator, and Levy estimates 200 million in non-recoverable revenue has been lost. He said that of all Premier League clubs, the financial consequences were more severe for Spurs, and we have to be realistic when finding a new manager. So where does that leave Spurs? For me, it's a tough one. They need to go for a Pochettino-like appointment, and someone who can really build a club, in my opinion. And if I was them, I'd go for Erik ten Hag. I think he's such a good manager, doing a great job out there. He just hasn't got the recognition he deserves. But I do think if they're on the lookout for a manager like that, he could do a really, really solid job. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, note your thoughts, comments down below, follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.